Hello. Ah! Don't worry, guys. I just blew everyone's ears out with that. Sorry about that, guys. Spotify was acting up. Hi. Welcome on in, guys. It's... Thank you, Creature. I tried. Joel, can you mute yourself, please? Hi, guys. Welcome on in for the finale of The Haunting of Grayfall Hollow. We're, I don't know, some weird shit's probably gonna happen in the next 2 hours, so that should be fun. Thank you, Boydia. If you guys don't know, this little original mini-series is to help out the Kickstarter for the SAGAS, the Setting and Genre Agnostic System, brought to you by OKSGM in chat right now. So make sure to go check out Kickstarter. It is live right now. We want to make sure that they reach their goal. Yeah, we're gonna do some quick little intros. We're not gonna speed run it, guys.
Or we hit world record. So
yeah.
All right. Well, I'm just ensuring.
Our
LeBones.
time is untouchable.
I couldn't find my mouse. Hi, I'm LittleBones309. I'm an indie gamer here on Twitch, and I do that, and I now do game development. I do that now. I also play TTRPGs around the web with all my friends, and over here I play Mable, Clemons, the bounty hunter, who takes no shit from no man.
No man. Mournian.
Hola, my name is Mournian. I am playing Phil Gala this evening. You can find me at twitch.tv/Mournian someday. And other than that, you can find me in pretty much any of these lovely people's chats being a pain in their butt.
Joel.
it's Joel, aka Joseph, aka Nick, aka TactlessRaccoon, aka not world record pace, so I can take my time.
Jay, go ahead.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jay. I play Selma. You can find me on all social medias at TheYellowCubes, and then you can find me here again. Not this Saturday, next Saturday. Playing a different character.
I'm waiting for the other part of your intro, Jay.
It's for the outro.
Oh, for the outro? Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Don't worry about it. I got you.
All right. And hi guys, I'm Myriad or Miri. This is my channel. We do a whole bunch of different bullshit around here. We do some variety gaming as well as TTRPGs. We have a whole lot of TTRPG stuff coming up in the next coming months, so make sure to tune in for that. I think we can announce it, right, guys? March 1st here on this channel with this crew, plus an additional sneaky little peeky. We're going to be doing the Alien RPG module, Chariot of the Gods.
Oh yeah.
I'm double winking because I'm so excited.
I'm gonna single wink.
What's a single wink?
It's when you wink with only one eye.
Mournian says
That's just a normal wink.
Well, she double winks. I want. Okay.
Yeah. Does anyone want to give a little recap of what happened last time?
Do I get a treat if I do it?
You get a treat.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay, so we got into the town, and we found some things. So first we went into the bar, the little saloon, if you will. We found out a bunch of women went missing. And all of those women, except for one, coincided with a list of ladies from the tavern. Then we scooched around. We came up with some conclusions that may be wrong. At first, we thought it was the mayor because he was the one hanged and tried for the disappearance and murder of these ladies. And then we went into his old house where there was a spooky ghost lady, and that was terrifying. And then we found out that it might have been her, the wife. Who's to say? We're not sure yet. We went into a graveyard. That's scary. And we found out that the wife, Abigail Lawson, wife to Mayor Lawson, was found in the bottom of the mine with her neck broken. And that was also scary. The end.
That's a pretty good recap.
Yes.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Spooky.
So last we left off, you guys were heading towards the mine, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I reckon
What's
we
my
was.
treat?
Your
Drugs.
treat is a crit that you can use at any point.
Amazing.
That's your little treat,
I was thinking like
Ooh.
fruit snack, but you know.
I would also maybe like a fruit snack.
like a Welch's fruit snack.
Yes.
Okay, or like a Scooby-Doo fruit snack.
Oh, Scooby-Doo one, because I got the blue one that I like.
Mhm. It's the best one.
I like to hold it in
And-
my mouth.
And because of Creatures Don't Know, you guys will get everyone will have an advantage to use during the session.
One, two.
Thank
Let me
you, Queen.
pull up this.
All right. As you traverse up the dusty walkway to the mine, a chill settles in your spine. The wind picks up, and if you stop to listen, you think for a moment you hear the sounds of a woman wailing in the distance, reverberating through the stillness of the night. But if you try to focus on the sound, it gets carried off with the wind. With each footstep closer to the mines, a pit grows in your stomach, heavy and unsettling. When you crest just over a small hill, you see the remnants of the collapsed building obscuring the entrance to the shaft, though it looks like you'd be able to move some of the wooden beams to gain access. So as you go up, you do note that there are several beams of wood that are sort of settled over the entrance. You're either going to have to try to squeeze through, or you're going to have to try to move the beams in some way.
I reckon we're gonna have to get through here one way or the other.
Well.
I grab one end, you grab the other.
I reckon so.
All right. We will attempt to finagle the beams out while being mindful not to cause, an avalanche of sorts. Of
Okay.
rocks.
So there's no. So I will note it's like a structure. And then there's like the entranceway, and it looks like there are stairs leading down. So it is a structure that's it's a wooden structure that's sort of erect from the mountain, the hill.
Okay.
So it's not like a cave opening.
Got it.
So I will say everyone, whoever is helping, can go ahead and roll me a d12, unless you have some sort of talent or a trait that will give you a d8 instead.
Well, I rolled a 4. I think that's the best I can get.
All right.
Well, I rolled 12.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm not much better than a 4. I rolled a 9.
9. Selma, are you
shit, guys,
helping?
I dropped my shoe.
I also rolled a 12.
Why am I so strong and all of y'all so weak?
We're saving it for when it counts.
So I will say, as you guys are, I will say that both Mabel and Phil, you had gone to lift the one beam that seemed to be in the way the most. And as you guys you both take one side. As you're lifting up, Phil, your grip slips. And Selma comes in to help you quickly behind, and she just fumbles with it. She didn't realize how heavy it might be, and it sort of slips through her fingers. But Joseph, seeing you two struggling, and Mabel clearly struggling with the other end, comes in behind and will kind of push you both out of the way and lift it up. You find like a little sort of edge that you kind of can plunk it on to get it all the way out of the way.
My apologies there. My sticky fingers are usually useful.
Well, obviously you ain't done no days of hard work in your life. It's all right, Phil. Not some of us are cut out for that.
Who needs hard work when you can just find what you need?
You guys like to
I think we ought to
go in now?
take a little trip. Is there This is just happenstance or hope. Is there a lantern hanging on the wall or anything? Because I don't have anything.
One of you does have an ability.
I'll go ahead and look around and see if there's any sort of lantern that we can borrow for some time.
If we find one, I can steal it, but that's about it.
Well, it's all right because I can find it. No problem. I would love to be able to do that for you.
Give me a little.
D8.
Yep, give me a little cheeky little check.
It's a 5.
Simple, easy. You do note that there are a couple of lanterns lying around. Some have been knocked over, but you do find one that seems to be in pretty good condition. You're thinking it looks a little bit newer than others. You're thinking this might have been left behind by someone who might have tried to brave the ghost town in years past and simply left their lantern here. Still has a little bit of oil in it too, so.
Amazing.
Well, that's quite fortuitous.
Do we have a way to light it, or can we just go ahead and just light it?
You're gonna light. Yeah, you'll be able to light it.
Yeah, okay.
I think one of you definitely smokes. I don't know. I'm not gonna place any names here, but one of you definitely does.
Bill puts a cigar back in his pocket. Not a good time to smoke, then.
Yeah, please don't smoke in the mine. That we've got precious oxygen to deal with. We don't got no canary. We ain't got no canary to bring with us, so you know.
Just a point of question for my own curiosity. Do we feel wind rushing through like we would if there was another entrance somewhere else to the mine?
No.
Okay.
The only wind that you feel is the up against your back as you're standing at the entrance.
Well, Joseph, why don't you go ahead and take point?
You always take point.
I know, that's why
What?
it's your turn.
Okay.
I think Mabel would shove the lantern into your hand, Joseph.
Joseph's holding his EMF device.
You can't hold both. You don't got 2 hands, boy.
No. Just like the other one, I gotta continually crank this one, and then I gotta pull the lever on occasion.
She's just holding the lantern. Just go.
I'll grab the lantern and I'll follow after Joseph.
Okay.
Phil's gonna pull both pistols and follow along as well.
Never mind. I'm good. I'm all right for right now. I am gonna also pull both my pistols as well.
All right. You guys go down the stairs that are before you. It's quite a long stretch as you go down. You are going, you're going into the earth. So you go down a couple of stories of stairs. And you reach the main cavern of the mine, which seems to have been a hub. You note there are like metal carts that are sort of tipped over. There's still equipment lying around. There's some pickaxes that have definitely seen better days. Similar to the rest of the town, it does look like whoever was working down here, whoever was down here sort of left in a hurry and left a lot of the stuff that they have. You do note that there is a passageway dug off to the side. There is a battered sign that reads "No entry." And you will recall that in some of the reports that you found, I believe in the sheriff's department, 3 of the bodies were found in a closed-off section of the mine. So you have a feeling that perhaps that might be the direction you should be heading. And
Now, that don't
go ahead.
that don't bode very well, but I do think we need to not follow the advice of the sign now.
As you all are standing there just before one of you begins to move forward, there is a rush of wind that picks up behind you all, startling you. You guys are pretty deep underground at this point. Wind is it would have to travel, from the top of the mine entrance all the way down. And Mable, your heart feels tight in your chest and a sudden chill runs through your body as though something has just passed through you. And you look down, and when you look up, you see the shadow of a figure walking ahead of you. A woman. Her footsteps echo through the empty cavern, and all of you will watch as she heads towards the little offshoot passageway, walking right through the no entry sign before disappearing into the shadows.
What in the Sam hell?
Was that just the wind?
Did my EMF go off?
Your EMF did start going off. You hear the little ping, ping, the little clinking as it ticks up and up and up before, as she disappears into the shadows, it just back to a neutral state.
He's like staring at this thing that he's got in his hands, and he just starts running where it went.
And now, Joe, you got the light. Oh shit!
No,
I didn't have the light.
Selma's got the light.
Never mind, I'm stupid.
I think at Phil asking Mabel, was that just the one? I think she'll cut him a look that could kill.
Look, I'm just saying, there's been weird shit happening this whole time.
I'm not admitting to anything.
Nor would I ask you to, ma'am. And he will kind of tip his hat and follow behind Joe.
Fair enough. Should follow along.
I was gonna say, can I be in between Mabel and Phil? Is there something I can do to like see if I can connect with the spirits, or like try to figure out if I can help them in some way or find them?
I will say right now, probably not. You had just seen a brief glimpse, and from what you know, Selma, you've rolled pretty high in the past before when it comes to like the paranormal and spirits. You know that might have not necessarily been a ghost in and of itself, but it could have been an echo of something past.
Okay, well then I'm gonna push past and I'm gonna go. I'm going to help him, because I think he is, como dice, stupid.
Sí.
Y se va a caer.
Sí, yo sé.
Okay. And she'll like run up ahead.
As you go into the no entry passageway, you walk probably about 20-30 feet, and you'll note that it splits off into two passes. However, one of the passes is completely caved in, so it's going to force you to go down the right pass. As you continue moving through, the corridor is dark and winding, with only your lantern being able to light it, and you walk on and on and on. It feels like an eternity until you note the walls beginning to open up wider and wider. Your ears begin to pick up on whispers. Black I am and much admired. Men seek me until they're tired. When they find me, they break my head, take from me my resting bed. And this is repeated over and over and over, frantic and hushed tones, but getting louder the further and further you walk, reverberating off of the cave walls. Continue on?
Now, y'all hearing that too, right?
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm assuming my EMF is like getting quicker.
It's starting to ping. It pings up just like a notch.
He's like
Can you...
getting close to the ghost. He runs deeper.
Oh, well, I was gonna ask him to record it, but okay.
I was gonna. Yeah, actually, can I ask Joseph for the recording one?
Oh, he's already gone. So
Oh, okay.
He's hot on the trail, brother.
He's hot on the trail in the dark.
You hear as Joseph runs into a wall. There's a little bit of a curve in the passageway that he didn't quite see because he left behind the only source of light that you guys have.
I told you that boy might be stupid.
I'm gonna run to him and I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder and I'll be.
I'm still. As soon as there's more light, I move. I'm not crazy.
I can't help this.
Joseph, you are the first one. You find yourself in the first chamber, and a couple of seconds later, the rest of your party joins you. The whispering is loud now. Black I am and much admired. Men seek me until they're tired. When they find me, they break my head and take from me my resting bed. And it's repeated again over and over. And it's paired with footsteps walking back and forth, pacing. And you're looking around. Selma, you now have the lantern, providing a little bit of light in this first chamber. And you get a glimpse of a shadowy figure fading in and out as they pace the floor. It is a young woman.
I'm gonna first pull out the recording box, and I'll like set that down so it can record. And I'm gonna try and take a picture of it.
Okay. You take a picture?
Yeah.
Okay. You gotta wait for it to develop.
He's now just intently staring at the picture, waiting for it to develop.
I'm gonna kind of whisper to Phil and Joseph, perhaps you should not engage, because she seems very wary of men, which I understand as she probably got murdered by one.
Actually, I thought we had determined it was a female who murdered her.
Well, she seems to be talking about being killed by a man, or
I think she
men.
was haunted by men, which isn't uncommon. I can understand that, but I do take your point.
What would you like to do? She does not look like she's been paying you guys any mind. It's like she doesn't even see you. It's like she doesn't realize you're there. She is continuing to murmur to herself, pacing back and forth every now and again. You'll note that she'll sort of blink out of existence and then pop back up a couple of feet over, and then she'll blink out of existence and pop back up a couple of feet the other direction, as though she's fading in and out.
Can I call out to her? Honey? You all right there?
She stops. And perhaps the footsteps, now that they're not there, are a little bit unsettling. And you see her standing there every now and again, just sort of fading and then popping back in. And she keeps repeating herself, staring at you. Black I am and much admired. Men seek me when they're tired. When they find me, they break my head and take from me my resting bed. Black I am and much admired. And she just keeps going over and over and over.
Okay, I'm gonna take my gun out and I'm gonna bless it, just for my own safety. Imagine safety, but still. And can I start walking down to her?
I think I'd like to follow Selma, just behind her.
I'll put my gun away. Like, I don't want to be a threat. She's a ghost, so what are my bullets gonna do? But yeah, I just want to. I'm not gonna reach out to her. I'm just going to, I guess, repeat what she's saying a little bit, and hope that maybe has her clock me.
As you start repeating it, she's going to fall in step with you, repeating it at the same time that you are. And Mable and Selma, you guys are going to roll me a equivalent of a perception check. Roll me a d10.
I got a 1.
All right.
It's going to be a 3.
Mable, you're the first one that clocks it. But Selma, you are not far behind. You look where the woman is standing, where she was pacing in front of, and as you look sort of beyond her, almost through her, because she is a little bit translucent, you see a little alcove kind of carved into the wall.
There. You see that, Selma?
A hole in the wall.
Right. Shall we take a look?
I think so.
I'm right here behind you.
Yeah, I'll... Is it like, it's covered, right? Or can I just walk
So
into the
it's-
alcove?
it's odd because it's about probably the little hole you notice, it probably goes up to like right on your knees. So it goes up to your knees. So the reason that you wouldn't have noticed it to begin with is because it's low down. And as you move up on it to go look into it, you do have to move past her, and she doesn't make any move to you guys as you move past her. She's just sort of repeating to herself, staying still now, not pacing. And as you move closer to it, you do note that in the alcove, it looks like it dips down and there is a hole.
Okay. I guess I'll go in there and see what I can do. See if I can grab anything.
So you're not sure that if you'd be able to fit all the way. You think that maybe it might be a little difficult to get back out, but you want to look inside of it.
Yeah.
You kneel down and you hold your lantern up. And as you do, you nearly jump back as two hollow sockets of a skull stare back up at you. A pile of bones and clothes is all that remains of the body that must have been shoved into this small little alcove. Hidden away, right in plain view.
I have my I was gonna take off my like my scarf, and I was gonna take the bones out and put them in and kind of gently wrap them up and bless it as best as I can.
As you're doing that, Mable, are you watching this happen?
I'm right there with her, yes.
As you're doing that, you feel a presence at your backs. The girl appears right next to you, Selma, staring curiously into the hole as you're gathering the bones, whispering and whispering to herself. Black I am and much admired. Men seek me until they're tired. When they find me, they break my head and take from me my resting bed.
You can rest now. It's okay. We have you. We will not let men hurt you.
She keeps repeating. And she gets up. She starts pacing again. Selma, give me a spirit roll.
I get to roll a d8 for this. Or I assume that would be.
Mhm.
Awesome. That's going to be a get into the light. 3 again.
When a spirit is not at peace, there are many reasons for that. Sometimes having their bodies not buried properly or not properly taken care of is definitely one of them. But as you had gathered her bones and blessed the corpse, what was left of it, you think that that should have been enough for her to move on, but you think that there's something else tying her here.
Maybe it's her murderer that is still around.
I reckon we gotta move further through this mine, Selma. What do you think?
I can do that. Would I have like a backpack or a like satchel?
Yeah.
I'll gently put her bones in there.
You do so. And do you move on?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Bill and
actually,
Joseph?
before we move
Yep,
on,
go ahead.
can I look around to see if there is any of her bones left? Like maybe they hurt her somewhere else? Or like maybe there's some of her left?
Nope. So you'll look around and you'll note that there's, this seems like a cavern that obviously was abandoned even before the town itself was abandoned, as it had been marked off as no entry. There are a couple of wheelbarrows around, a couple of other equipment around. but there's nothing else here. Even as you sort of look down into the alcove just a second time, you note that there's nothing. You've seemed to have gotten everything out of there.
Okay. In that case, I will. Yeah, we can just move on.
Phil and Joseph, are you continuing on?
Has my photo developed yet?
Nope, not yet.
He'll
Bill?
walk very slowly as he's like looking at the film.
Oh yeah, Bill's following behind.
You continue on. There is another. Do note that the chamber goes into another passageway. It looks, from what you can tell, it's probably likely that there is going to be a series of small, narrow passageways that open up into bigger chambers, and it continues on that way. The mine continues down another passageway shorter than the first, and you soon find yourself standing in another chamber. You hear crying, soft as though the sobs are trying to be stifled. And as you all make your way into the chamber, you note it curled up in a ball. You see a figure sitting in the middle of the room, more solid than the last one you had encountered, her face buried in her hands as she cries softly to herself.
I reckon we got another one, Selma.
Okay. I guess I'll go down again.
You do know that there's not a there's not like an alcove or anything like that in this room. However, as you look up, you do note there are like sort of shelves that seem to be a natural formation. And you note something seems to be up there.
You want me to climb up there with you, Selma?
Yes, if you can. I'm just
Uh,
going to try to get up there as best as possible.
What if I give you a boost?
That would help a lot.
All right. And at this point, Mabel will put her guns away,
Mhm.
and she'll come, sort of crouch, and with her little hands together like this, she'll scooch.
Give me like a some sort of strength check. So just roll me a D10.
Huh. It's a 3.
All right. Selma, I want you to roll me something akin to like a balance check.
Would
So,
like sure-footed work?
Yeah, no, I would definitely let you have that.
Okay, so it'd be a D8.
Yep.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna be like, can I get one lower because of the help? That's gonna be a 2.
Okay, so just perfectly like in unison, y'all work together. Mabel, it's like lifting a piece of paper. You kind of fling Selma up just enough where she can sort of grab hold, purchase on the ledge, and climb up. And Selma, when you look, you do see another mound of bones and clothing. It looks like this person had been tied up at one point. You do see the remnants of some sort of rope around their wrists, as well as on their ankles. But again, like it's mostly bone, so it is kind of hard to discern. But clothing looks to be feminine, likely a woman, likely the woman down there crying to herself.
Okay. I'll collect her bones some more
You do so.
and then put them in the bag.
You still hear the crying. You hear she begins to kind of mumble to herself, I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go home. As she cries.
I'll look to Mabel, and would you like to talk to her?
I think Mabel will kind of give a nod and walk over to the girl crying, and she'll sort of crouch across from her. She'll probably put about 5 or 6 feet distance between the two of them. She'll very quietly say, You're headed home, honey. You ain't gotta worry no more. Nobody's ever gonna hurt you again.
She stops. You can see that her shoulders were sort of shaking as she was crying, and she'll look up at you. Just want to see my family again.
You will, baby. Don't you worry about that. I'm here to help. You go on and rest now. It'll
I
be over
can't
soon.
leave. I can't leave. I can't leave.
Give us some time, honey. You'll leave. I promise that.
She looks at you like she wants to believe you. And then she'll settle her forehead back on her knees and sort of curl up more into herself. And you can see the shoulders begin to shake again.
Honey, you call out my name. You call for May.
You see a small nod of her head.
All right, baby. Just you wait. You'll go home, honey. And I think Mabel stand up and sort of give a nod to Selma.
Joseph, at this point, your picture has developed. You look at it. I imagine you actually call Selma over to sort of use the light to look at it.
Yeah.
As you all look at the picture, you see the woman who had been pacing back and forth in the previous chamber. It looks like there is a noose sort of hanging limply around her neck. And you wager that might have been her cause of death.
Joseph will take out the camera and run it back and take a picture of this ghost as well. He's not gonna like sit and wait for the film to develop this time, because he at least has one thing of proof.
As you take the picture, the girl that was sort of curled up in a ball, she disappears. You're not sure if you got the photo or not, but as the sort of flash goes off, she just gone. You still hear crying though.
I think May, seeing the flash go off, she'll look at Joseph and sort of cut him a hard look. Are you going to do this whole time?
Yes.
Let me explain something to you, Joseph. These spirits, and I'll call them spirits, damn right. These spirits tortured souls of women who met an untimely fate. Why don't you leave them alone? Let's finish this.
To say I've never left me alone, and nobody's ever believed me. I finally have
Well,
proof.
I'm believing you. You got your proof. I hope you're glad for it.
Yeah.
Perhaps this will help them be at peace, so people know the truth of how they passed.
Well, let's hope so. We gotta move.
Phil, what are you doing at this point?
Phil has just been standing back against the wall, kind of watching everything.
Okay.
Nothing really.
You guys continue on. Deeper and deeper you go. The next chamber appears to be empty. No muttering, no crying, just silence. And it's unnerving, more than the others, to hear nothing but silence. What do you do?
Do we sense any sort of spirits in this room at all? Any vibes? What are the vibes like?
Do a vibe
Are
check.
they musty? Okay. Can I do a spirit vibe check?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I was
I'm
gonna
doing
let Selma do that.
EMF
I'm
check
vibe
as
checking
well.
these spirits.
Joseph, as you hold your EMF out, you do note that it has begun to pick up a little bit again, signifying that there may be something in the area that is just not revealing itself to you. Selma, what'd you get?
It's gonna be a 1.
You feel it before you see anything. The goosebumps tingling on the surface of your skin, your hair prickling up the back of your neck. There's something here, and they're waiting for you all to make the first move.
I will let them know. We could talk to it. Maybe.
I think Mable just call out. My name's Mable Clemons, and I'm hoping to be here to help you. Would you show yourself?
You feel it, the eyes on the back of your head. You turn around.
Sure do.
You turn and you see another young woman, redheaded and beautiful. There's a slice across her neck. No blood swells from it, but you can see the innards of her throat peeking out, the muscles flexing as she speaks to you. Why are you here?
Show the world what happened, I suppose. To find the truth.
You know the truth?
I got an inkling.
She's further down. Deeper and deeper you go.
Now, is she the reason you can't leave?
She's the reason we all can't leave. Why we're all stuck here.
Where would you like your remains to go?
My remains are already buried, and she'll look over and you'll see a spot that looks like it had been dug up at some point. It's a little higher, little mound that's higher than the rest of the cave. I'm dead. I know I am. That don't bother me none.
All right, then.
What was your
Wait.
name?
Mia Anderson.
Oh, Miss Anderson. I'm awfully sorry for your fate, but I hope I can, with this group of individuals, assist in your ascension to heaven. If there is one.
She looks at all of you, one by one, and her eyes land on you, Mable. I hope fates are kinder to you, Mable Clemons, than they were to me.
Well, it ain't been so far, but I reckon I can use this to find some justice for y'all.
There's a sad smile on her face, and she nods, and she'll point to the passageway leading further into the mines. You're about halfway now. Going.
How many other girls are there?
Just a few more. 4, I think.
Okay. And none who have seen the truth but you?
We all cope in our own ways. Some have a harder time than others.
Are you sure you don't want us to take your bones out of here?
This has been my resting place for 20 years now. What's down there ain't me anymore anyway.
Well, we will remove your anchor.
Thank you. Careful. And she, as silently as she had appeared, will disappear back into the shadow, gone from sight.
Goodbye, Miss Andrews.
You feel just a prickle on your shoulder as though someone is caressing it, or it is gone just as quickly.
Would you like a picture, Joseph?
He's like trying to scan to see where she is, to point the camera roughly in that direction.
As it you scan around, when you get sort of in, when you're kind of pointing in Mabel's direction, it does ping up about halfway.
I'll take a picture. Good enough. I don't know if I got this one.
Okay, well, we go. Maybe you get more pictures later.
You move further into the mines. And as you continue, you do have to hunch a bit to make your way through this particular passageway. It seems a little bit more narrow and a little bit more cramped than the other one. But it opens up fairly quickly to a much smaller chamber than the one previously. And like before, you see another girl. She is sitting in front of a hole that's dug rather shallowly into the ground, speaking to it. Get up. Get up. Get up. Please get up. I'll be better if you just get up. Get up. She keeps repeating, seeming to be begging for something, bargaining.
I'll look at Phil. Would you like to help her?
I can definitely try. And Phil will walk over, taking a wide berth around the shallow hole to get on the other side of it.
You see, as you probably anticipated, a mound of bones. They look like they had been laid peacefully into the grave, not sort of jumbled together in what you might think a sort of violent assault might lead to. And the girl kind of looks up at you. She's a pretty young thing, probably early 20s, blonde curls. Just want to get up. I just want to get up. I want to leave. I want to leave.
I know you do. And I'll make you a promise. I won't leave here till you can.
You see her lip quiver a little bit as she stares down into the hole. I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know what I did wrong to deserve this.
You ain't doing nothing wrong. Some people in this world are cruel. And you just caught the bad end of that. We're gonna usher you on somewhere nicer, alright?
What's your name?
That's Phil. What's yours?
Zoe Lawrence.
Pleasure to meet you, Miss Lawrence. Can I ask what happened here?
I don't remember much. Walking home after a night at the saloon. Felt like someone had been just behind me, and when I turned to look, that's the last thing I remember. And then I woke up and I was here, staring over my body in a hole.
Who was walking home with you?
She looks confused. She looks like she's really trying to remember.
Don't worry about it. Now, if you'd like, I can take your body here and I can put it someplace real nice. You like the ocean?
Oh, I've never been to the ocean.
I'll tell you what. We'll lay you to rest near the ocean, okay?
The sort of sorrow that had been on her face, the knit in her brow sort of ebbs and flows away as she thinks about it. Yeah, I think I might like that. I might like the ocean.
I think you would. It's beautiful. Now you only have to be here a little bit longer, all right? We're gonna take a few more steps out of here and take care of the little problem you got.
She nods.
And Phil will take his jacket off and lay it on the ground, and then very delicately kind of try to move everything over without being disrespectful or disturbing it as much as he can.
She watches you do this a little bit, kind of like almost with a morbid curiosity, as you might expect of someone who might have been looming over their own dead body for 2 decades. And once you place the last bone onto your jacket and begin to wrap it up, she is going to smile. Thank you, Phil. And she's going to sort of just fade away.
My pleasure, Miss Lawrence. And he will kind of tip his hat and wrap the jacket up over the remains. And he's going to try to basically button the jacket up and put things in such a way where he can move the body without causing too much disturbance to it.
Okay. You do so with ease, and everyone, you're now left in an empty chamber.
Phil's gonna look up at everybody. Let's send this bitch to hell.
Damn right. I got 3 more girls to get through.
And then we stake the bitch's heart.
I'm gonna shoot her in the head if I can.
Ghost bullets.
Surely you can bless a bullet or two, honey.
I can choke her out with a rosary.
You know what?
Amen to that, sister.
In nomine patre and all that.
In nomine patri et filii et spiritus sancti.
We're not playing The Sims here.
What she said.
You guys continue on. You're not sure how much further this mine shaft goes. It seems endless as you come upon another chamber. Again, you realize empty. Like the one with me or Anderson. However, the feeling is not so serene. There is a white hot fury that passes through each of you. It takes a moment for you to realize that these are not your own feelings. Leave. The voice hisses from the darkness.
Go on, Joe. It's your turn.
Joe is like balls deep in unscrewing some stuff and like tinkering. And he doesn't acknowledge anything that you just said.
Can I hit him?
Yeah.
Talk to the. She's gonna kind of backhand him on the back of the head. Talk to the damn ghost, Joseph.
Huh? What? Huh? What's going on?
There's a ghost talking to us, Joseph. Would you like to commune with the dead?
Leave.
This is your whole goal here.
Yeah, but
Get your-
I was trying to make something so we could like. I don't know. This one, look, okay, I don't know what's going on here. I assume we're gonna get to something that's gonna be scary, and I don't think a gun can shoot it.
Don't tell me your chicken shit of a ghost, Joseph.
I was trying to make something to actually deal with a ghost.
All right, fine. I'll talk to the ghost. No, we won't leave.
He goes back to tinkering.
Don't belong here. I don't belong here.
I know that, honey, and I'm trying to fix that. Now, if you want to calm down, we can talk about it.
You feel the rage inside you, Mable, and you're so familiar with that rage, that buildup. I did nothing wrong. Spiteful Abigail, always so spiteful, has the world at her fingers, and still she has to ruin everything for everyone. And you feel it settling in your chest.
You want our help or not, girl?
Hate her. I want her gone.
I'm working on it. I got 2 questions for you. What's your name?
Amelia.
All right, Amelia. My name's Mable. I'm part of the living, and I'm gonna try and help you as best I can. My second question for you is, where's your body? Let us take it back to the grave.
She leads you towards a dark corner of the room, and you see her flickering in and out of nothingness. There is what looks like almost like a cave-in, like a part of the floor that was a little bit unstable. She looks down. Won't be able to get it. It's too far down. And you look, and it's blackness. You don't know how deep down that hole goes, but
can I throw like a rock down?
Yeah.
Like a pebble. See how long it takes for it to hit the bottom.
You throw a rock down and you wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. And you hear the clink. Very distant.
All right, Amelia. If I can't take your remains back, I can promise you this. For all that rage in your heart, we'll finish this, honey.
She turns to you and she walks towards you. Her face right in front of yours. And there's a part deep down inside of you, Mable, that has never quite connected with someone in such a way before. The need for vengeance, the need for justice. And she looks you in your eyes, and she can see that connection too.
You take my word for it.
She'll place a hand on your chest, right above where your heart should be. I take your word. And you feel the fury spread throughout you once more, and then it's gone. Just an echo of what once was.
All right. We're going to continue on our way now, Amelia. We're going to keep going down. Wait for the light, I suppose.
You don't get a reply. Joseph, I'd like you to roll me a craft check at this point.
A 2.
As you are walking, you are sort of keeping by Selma's side not for any sort of particular reason other than she is the one holding the light. As you sort of work sort of furiously with the EMF and your camera, disassembling your camera and EMF, cobbling together the parts. And it forms almost like a little taser of some sorts. You use the little electrical components from your camera, as well as the base for the EMF, and you press the button, and it gives a little zzz, little zzz. You're not sure if it's going to do really much damage against a ghost, but that is the beauty of science: is do or don't. There is no try. And you continue walking. The corridor continues to twist and turn. In the distance, you can hear wailing and screaming. It continues to get louder and louder as you venture further. And when it opens up, you find yourself staring into an open cavern atop a wooden platform. The source of the commotion is definitely below you, somewhere in the murky darkness of the cavern. To the left of you is a makeshift pulley system that appears to go lower into the mine. She's angry, a voice from behind you says as you stand at the edge of the rickety wooden walkway.
I reckon you're right. Is she always angry?
Not always, but you've upset her.
I reckon we have. What's your... What's your name?
Harper Bennett.
Miss Bennett, I assume you were also one of her victims?
I was.
Well, Miss Bennett, we look to try to set it to where you can leave this mine real soon.
You look at her. She's short hair, short brown hair, kind of cuts her shoulders, wearing a rather nice dress. And as you stare, you note 7 stab wounds on her chest. Not bleeding, just there. You ought to be careful.
Any tips you got?
Well, no one's ever made it this far before.
Yep. First time's a charm.
Use her rage against her.
Doesn't
Call
sound
her
like a
ugly?
bad idea. I don't know that's what you want.
She'll lean into you, Selma. Abigail was the most vain of us all. She'd hate to be called ugly.
I'm gonna like pretend whisper to her. She kind of was.
She smirks and she leans back.
You have, you know where they buried your body?
Doesn't really matter anymore, does it?
If it doesn't matter to you, I understand. We're gonna step in here and get to business, I think.
Well, if it matters, you're welcome to latch and leave this place with us.
She thinks about it. What's the world like now?
Still smells like cow dung. Is dirty. Is kind of hot. Is sweaty. Is the town is abandoned.
Oh, is it? Wondered why they
Yes.
stopped coming down into the mines. I used to be able to hear them working over the caverns over. Sounds sort of just reverberate. You know, they stopped looking for us. Stopped caring. She drove them all crazy. Made them all run out of town. A hard person.
It seems like she was a monster before she died, and she's definitely one now.
She laughs. Well, let's hope y'all aren't scared of monsters then, huh?
Phil's gonna kind of look around. I'd bet on us.
It's hard to be scared of a monster when you are one yourself.
I just like killing things that aren't supposed to be here.
Why is that answer the creepiest?
It's because she's so small.
Yeah, I think
It's
so.
a little bit frightening when she's small and angry.
Yeah, dynamite, small packages and all. Well, here we go then. And Phil's gonna.
I was-
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say before we go, can I like pick up a rock and like bless it and then just I know I can't hand it to her, but I'll just like put it at her feet and just it's for you.
She looks like she wants to pick it up. But instead she just stares at it and smiles.
Okay, now we kill the bitch.
Phil's gonna put away his 2 pistols and pull out his rifle. Kind of look at everyone. Well, about that time, isn't it? And he'll start walking in.
So, you know that you have to step onto the makeshift elevator that is just the side of you. There is no other way down to where you believe Abigail might be residing.
Here we go.
This thing looks rickety as hell. Get out, might fall and kill us before we get down there.
That'd be a damn shame.
Kind of funny though, if you really think about it.
The irony would be just enough to cover the pain.
You know what? I agree.
I will not be stuck down here.
No, you'll be dead if this thing falls.
Yeah, well, you'd be... And then also, your ghost would be stuck here forever.
I got
Yeah.
enough haunting to do elsewhere. I ain't dying here. I'll tell you that.
Well, I'm assuming that perhaps Joseph is the one that might be able to operate the little pulley system.
Go
You
ahead,
all
Joseph.
step on, and Joseph, you pull the lever that you know will start to lower, and there's a jolt, and perhaps that scares some of you for a second as you cling on to the nearest stable surface, and then it slowly starts to lower. The creak of the wood, the old wood, and you're kind of staring at the rope that is leveraging the entire pulley system, and you're just really hoping that that shit don't snap. But it lowers deeper and deeper into the mine until it settles at the bottom. A familiar woman paces the floor of the cave. Though it doesn't appear her feet touch the ground. You know this woman from the portrait that you'd seen in the mayor's house, the Larson house. She is wailing, screaming, as though she's throwing some sort of tantrum.
I think this is our flow, guys.
I think this is crazy bitches.
Does she notice us?
Not yet.
Can I?
You guys
is there
are a little bit up at this point if you guys want to go over into Owlbear. You guys are
Yeah.
about 10 feet up on a little platform.
Well. Alright. Oh, she is perfectly in range of my rifle.
Can I do some sneaky shit?
What would
Can
you
I
like to do?
sneak down? I would like to sneak downwards, like right there.
Yeah, go roll me a stealth check. I believe you have
Okay, I do.
Do you have a thing?
I do. So
Soft-footed,
I do have
yeah.
a thing for soft-footed. Yep.
Roll a
That
d8.
is a D10.
D8.
I would love to roll a D8 for you. I keep picking up D10s. I swear to God. Where does my D8 go?
If you want to make it harder for yourself.
I really don't. Found it. Thank Christ. I got a 4.
You do so despite the rickety ass boards of this wooden structure. You are able to sneak to the best of your ability. I think also with her crying, she wouldn't have been able to hear you anyway. She's sort of drowned out any other noise that might be in this chamber.
All right. Can I go ahead and can I pull out Fury?
Yeah.
Can I give some flavor to it?
You absolutely can give some flavor to it.
Okay, I think you see Mabel reach back for something that's not there.
Mhm.
And as she pulls it up like this, you see kind of like spirit gun, like it like a glimmer will just quickly swoop, and then you see a carbine rifle in Mabel's hands, and you see in this like fiery, scorching text kind of scrawl across the barrel with with filigree that says Fury.
Bill's
just
gonna
wanna
look
give-
down at his rifle disappointedly.
I think that she'll kind of
Mine
give
don't
a
do that.
nod. I sure a fancy firearm there, young lady.
It's a firearm.
And I think that I think she'll give a nod over to Selma. Let's finish this shit.
At this point, I would like everyone to roll me a what is it? A reaction? Is that what it is? Hold on. Let me get my rules up, please. Hold on. Hold on. Yes, it's a reaction check.
I'm assuming that's a D12.
I believe so, yes. Unless you have something to No, it's a D10, unless you have something to make it better or worse.
Don't worry, everybody. I rolled a 10.
Nice job. Bringing up the rear.
I got a 3. 3s seem to be my number today.
Woo, spooky. I got
Alright.
a 6.
7.
All right. Mabel 6. Joseph 7. All right. As you pull out your gun, Mabel, the Banshee locks eyes with you. You! What have you done? And she will sort of make as though she's going to move towards you. But it is Selma's turn first.
Okay. Well, how many squares can I move of those? I'm sorry, how many hexes?
So you can move 1 hex using your
Okay.
action.
I do hate
Using
her.
your move action.
Okay, but then I'd still have an action.
Yeah, you would have a combat action.
She's going to Mabel, so I'm gonna go right here.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna pull out my pistol. There's no fancy flourish or anything like that. It's a pistol. It's definitely there.
All right.
And I guess I'll say specifically the one that I blessed because I don't know if it worked and I'm curious.
Okay.
And I'm going to shoot her. And that should be I assume that would be a ranged attack.
So that is going, yes, that is going to be, so melee, close, mid, long. So that's going to be a long range attack, but because you have sharpshooter, it's not going to, you're not going to get a penalty from that. So you can roll, I believe, a d10.
Okay. I will do that. All right. Let me fix that on there. All right. That's going to be a 1.
All right, that definitely hits her. So she gets sort of blindsided by you, Selma. Selma, do you want to describe what it sort of looks like as your blessed weapon hits off of her?
Yeah. I'd say that Selma is pretty pissed at this point. And she's kind of holding the bag of all the girls' bones. So I like to imagine that it just looks like this kind of purplish like fairy dust that comes out and then explodes into like bile. And she's carrying the weight of those girls' murders, so she's just gonna blast her as she goes, "Oh god, you really are ugly."
She screams out, both in offense at the insult and also in pain, as she takes 1 hit point of damage to her health. And she is going to, now it is her turn. She is going to move to you. She's going to move 1 hex over to you. Actually, she's going to move 2. Going to move 2 hexes, and she's going to float in the air. She's a banshee. She doesn't actually like touch the floor or anything. But unfortunately, that is all she can do. So now we are up to Mable.
I think seeing her go after Selma, she's gonna call out, "Oh, honey, bless your heart." And she is going to use Fury, and she is going to take aim and fire. And I got sharpshooter.
And I think Fury already has a long range, so you roll a d8 for that.
Beautiful. Actually, can I go ahead and use my crit?
You sure can. You sure can.
Hell yeah.
Let me know what it looks like as you take a shot at her and successfully hit her.
It's like in slow motion. Like, these movements from Mable are just so graceful and like natural. Like, she's done this hundreds of times because she has. You see her kind of lower the rifle and put it to her shoulder, lean down and look through the iron sights, and she'll very quietly whisper to the bullet, almost. She'll say, "Come taste my fury, honey." And then the recoil is nothing to Mable. She's so in tune with this firearm, it just sort of jolts her once. And this hot steel sings, and it's like red hot as it. Can I tell you where I want her to hit?
Yeah, absolutely. Call your shot.
I want it to go through her head, and like kind of out her forehead.
It goes through the back of her head, and her head slumps for a second on impact, and then her head comes back up, and you can see the exit hole as it sort of back together. She definitely took that damage, but because she's mostly incorporeal, it recovered rather quickly, and she's going to look at you, and then she's going to look at everyone else, sort of weighing her options. And at this point, it is Joseph's turn.
Well, I'm gonna try and tase this woman.
All right.
What do I roll for that?
So that's going to be melee. So unless you have something to unless you have something to aid you in that, I believe it's just going to be a D10.
Can I use the advantage?
Yeah.
6.
That unfortunately will not hit her.
Okay.
You okay about it?
I guess.
Okay, well, while Joseph is pouting, Phil, it's your turn.
I don't like the way she closed that distance so fast. Phil's gonna. He was kind of down on one knee, resting in like a shooter's position to try to make sure he hit her. He's gonna jump backwards 1 hex.
Yep.
So that she's not in melee with him. And he's gonna take the rifle and aim it. He's gonna start by aiming it at her heart, and then you'll just kind of hear him mumble, "Oh, we know there ain't nothing down there." So he'll aim for the face.
All right.
And pull the trigger.
Start blasting.
Then I started blasting. And that is a D8. That is a 1.
Hell yeah, brother. That is going to be a crit hit for you. If you want to describe what it looks like upon impact.
So you watch as there's not as much fury in Phil's gun.
Mm-hmm.
But what isn't in fury, he makes up for in flare. He as he pulls the trigger, he immediately kind of starts doing the spin reload, and you watch as it almost looks like the bullet flies out of the gun as it's kind of swinging around, and he's gonna aim straight for her face because that's all he can think of that would make her ugly.
Mm-hmm. Uglier.
Well, yeah. So he's gonna basically aim for the cheek.
The bullet impacts, but because your weapon is not blessed or currently enchanted or magical, it definitely doesn't do as much damage as you think it should have. She takes a point of damage, but it's not the impact that you want, and it sort of I'm gonna say what it does from that angle that you're at. It moves through her cheek, through her mouth, and out the other side. So she has a gaping wound from cheek to cheek. And it is now Selma's turn.
Hello. I sent you a thing. Could that have actually been a thing I did?
Yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely.
So
Get funky with it.
I can't move through I can't stand with Joseph.
You can occupy the same zone.
I can? Okay, I'm
Yeah.
better than Joseph. So I'm going on top of him.
Okay.
I'm standing on his face. Canonically. She is close enough for me to attack her that way, correct?
Yep, she is within she's in close combat with you. She's not in melee.
Okay.
You would have to move again, be in her zone, but you would be off the edge.
Yeah. So I'm as close as I can get.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say if you wanna huck it at her.
I don't wanna. I'll wait for her to come by.
Okay.
But since I'm there, I'm gonna just blast her again.
All right, start blasting.
I started blasting. That's a 12. I need a 10. 10s are right here. It's gonna be a 5.
That hits.
Awesome. And I think that's all I need to do, correct?
Okay. Yep.
Yep.
So you hit her again. Where do you aim? Where do you aim your
I'm
shot?
aiming for, I assume she's very vain.
Mhm.
So every part of her is important. So I'm gonna just aim for her, like, her tit.
Her titty?
So just get rid of everything.
That's valid. She sort of goes back and like grabs onto her chest where you had hit her, and lets out another wail. And as she does that, she comes into close combat with you three. And I need I think I
do have a
need
question.
to make. Yeah, go ahead.
Could I have asked Phil if he's any good with like melee stuff? And could he respond in the same turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Phil will look down at his guns. No.
Okay.
I need everyone to make an avoid check.
Okay.
So that's going to be a D10 unless you have something to aid you, and then it's going to be a D8. And if you have something that is not going to aid you, it's going to be a D12.
Would sure-footed be helped by that at all?
No,
What? Do I need to make one? If she's not in my
not
area?
you, not you. No.
Okay.
It's gonna be a 3.
Okay.
That's a 9.
Okay.
If I roll a 1, can I save that for my future attack? And then a 1.
Can I use my advantage, actually?
Yeah, go for it.
Don't worry, that's a 10. I'll stick with the 9.
All right. So Selma and Joseph, you are unaffected as the Banshee wails. And Phil, you are. It like rings you to your core. You feel like your throat is vibrating, in like a very bad way. As you bring your hands up to your ears, and you're going to take a point of damage.
A wound? Or... No, that's just one of my 2 health. Okay.
Yes.
That's
But
not good.
that is all she can do. We are back to Mable.
I keep losing my mouse. I think Mabel will call out to her again. And she's gonna say something to her.
Mhm.
What's she gonna say? Honey, it's a damn shame how long you've been down here. 'Cause shit, you're uglier than a dog begging for scraps behind the church. Take a big shot, honey. And she's gonna fire again with the carbine with fury.
Okay.
Can I use one of my advantages? I'm gonna use one of my
You
advantages.
sure can.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna use one of my advantages. Oh, I got a 1 again!
Mabel, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and describe how you end Abigail Larson.
I think with all the anger that Mabel's feeling, and I think as she lines up her shot, she glances over at Selma, and she gives another singular nod. And I think she is taking on some of that rage for her, some of that fury. And you see the letters of fury kind of light up with like a scorch, like a flame kind of erupting behind the lettering. And she's gonna fire again. And same deal. She lines up the shot. She looks down the iron sights, barely jerks her. And that bullet hits screaming hell towards her. And it shoots her directly in the heart.
As the bullet impacts, Abigail looks down. And she was a monstrous form of her former self, reflected in what she was on the inside, now on the outside. And as the bullet impacts her heart, you see the monstrous facade fade away and peel away and flake off into nothingness. And you're staring at what is definitely Abigail Larson. And she lets out one final wail, heart-wrenching, as from the center point, right where you hit her, begins to crumble and fade away like ash in the wind, until there is nothing left of Abigail Larson. And it is quiet.
Anyone near Phil will kind of hear him mumble. That's for you, Miss Lawrence.
I think you'll hear Mabel go, "That's for you, Amelia."
anything you guys would like to do at this point? Down in this mine shaft?
Is there any portion of the room we're currently in where there's any sort of hole or anything that we could, maybe kick the remains down so we can hopefully guarantee she can never leave this place?
So you'll note that there are no remains.
Okay.
You think... Actually, Selma, make me a spirit check.
I can do that.
While she's doing that, I think you see the carbine kind of shoop out of his existence.
Now, where did you get that?
It's a long story.
Oh, it's a
I
long
also
walk
want to
back.
know.
Don't
Oh,
worry
that's
about
gonna be
it.
a 1.
Selma, you've heard of banshees before. A lot of the times, banshees they are created when there is particularly a woman who refuses to leave, to pass on to the other world, to the afterlife. And it's not likely that there are any remains, because when a banshee is formed, the remains are sort of absorbed in.
Okay.
So there are likely no remains of Abigail Larson here.
Okay.
You think that you have successfully disposed of her.
Okay. I will tell them that. No, that creature that she was, that is what her eternity became.
Good. And Phil will kind of fish around his bag for the wedding ring. He's fairly certain it wasn't hers, it was his, but he's just gonna kind of throw that in the dirt right where her body was. Till death do you part.
Is that all?
When
so.
we all decide to go up the elevator thing, once we get to the top, Joseph's gonna ask if anybody minds waiting a minute.
Go on. Go ahead.
He's gonna try and like disassemble it a bit so he can take the long bit of rope. So that way he's like, we need to go get Amelia's bones.
I agree, sir. I agree.
That's what-
Oh, go ahead.
No, you first.
No, go ahead.
As we're walking, I'm assuming to go get her bones.
Mhm.
Joseph's just like looking down at it, and he's like, I didn't even get to use this thing. I don't even know if it works.
I don't know. Give it here. I'll try it on you.
Not try it on you.
Do you want to die today, sir?
You can try it on me. I don't mind.
I'll
Oh,
immediately
yeah.
zap her.
Please don't try it on me. I'm already hurt.
Roll.
I hope you
If
miss.
this kills me, I'm gonna haunt your ass.
6.
Make an avoid check, Selma.
You better roll a 1.
Please use a d12.
I'm gonna use my advantage.
Okay.
That's a 3. Damn.
All right.
I really am just rolling.
And how many
threes.
advantages do we get? I'll use an advantage.
I didn't use mine.
Should have waited. Joseph, you go to sneakily sort of and quickly jab Selma with the little taser that you've finagled together. And you don't realize the amount of layers that Selma has on. Because it sort of just like fizzles. And you do smell like a little bit of like burning fabric. But it's just like it just sort of singed her skirt a little bit.
Boy, I'm glad you didn't try to use that on the ghost. She'd have laughed at you.
As they're walking, I think Mabel will lean into Phil. You really want to know where I got that rifle from?
Well, here's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I absolutely do. But it's interesting to me that a lady with a magic rifle doesn't believe in the paranormal.
I think she'll start to give you a hard look and say, Do you believe in making deals with the devil?
Darling, I play cards for a living. What do you think?
I sold my soul long ago.
Well, looks like we might have company in hell then. Cause ain't nobody as lucky as I am.
I'll see you there, but not today. Let's go get these bones.
All right.
These little bones.
There's at least 309 of them.
God damn it.
I don't think he knows how many bones there are in a body.
Listen, ma'am, I didn't ask for a physiology lesson.
Wasn't he a doctor?
I was a
Dentist?
dentist. We don't know.
He
He
shit
knows
about
how many
bones.
bones are in the mouth. He knows how many teeth are in the mouth. That's all that matters.
How many teeth are in the mouth?
32 for most people.
I think I'm missing some.
I think most of us are, darling.
Anyway,
You make your way back to the, I believe it was the 5th chamber that you had encountered Amelia in. I'm going to need some sort of spelunking check here, as whoever is going to go down into the hole.
Joseph,
who's the
Joseph?
smallest?
Selma.
Selma.
Joseph.
All right. Can my sure-footedness help me?
Yes, and I will also say you guys have effort. If one of you spends
Oh yeah.
2 effort, you can give her an extra die to roll.
I'll spend 2 effort. Thank you very much.
Can I spend my effort trying to push Joe down the hole?
No, don't push
No.
him down the table.
Let him. Can I use my effort to tase him?
He's
No.
gonna tase you.
No.
So it'll be a D8.
2 of them.
Okay.
You have like advantage.
2 D8s. Okay. Give me this D8. That's gonna be a 2.
You are like a little spider monkey rappelling down to the bottom. I would say it's probably like 100-foot sort of drop down. It's very dark, but I think that you probably would have had the lantern with you. And at the very bottom, you see in a mound, kind of all crumpled together, likely due to probably getting just tossed into this hole. The dead body just tossed into this hole is a mound of bones and clothing.
Okay. I'll put her, like, wrap her up real nice and take off another layer, leaving me with only 10. As I wrap up her bones and put her in the bag.
And you know, if we get stopped leaving here, they're gonna think we done murdered 10 girls.
It's not the worst thing people have thought of me.
I don't want to know that story.
You, with the help of your 3 companions, you guys managed to get Selma back out of the hole. It's a little bit more strenuous than it is going down into it. But with everyone's help, takes no time at all. What would you like to do at this point?
Head on out.
Head on out?
Before we head out, I want to stop by where we had extricated Miss Lawrence. And you'll watch as everybody kind of keeps walking and Phil just kind of hangs back and stares at the hole for a moment where the body was. Miss Lawrence, I sure as hell hope you ain't here still. But wherever you are, I'm sure it's better.
You wait a moment as you say that. And it's quiet.
You'll see, if anybody turns around to look, they'll just see Phil kind of glance over the room, give a quick little to his eye, as he tips his hat one more time before walking and catching up with him.
Anything else as you guys make your way out of the mines the same way that you came in? You're gonna just backtrack through. It's
I guess.
yeah, go ahead. That's Selma.
In every room, I'm just gonna kind of whisper to myself and ask if they're still here, and if I don't hear a response, then I'll just keep going.
You'll note, like the same as Phil, eerily quiet. There is no whispering, no wailing, no muttering, no crying. There's no goosebumps creeping up the back of your neck. perfectly normal. You make your way back up through the mines, back out through the main entrance. When you make your way back to town, at the crossroads, you see a finely dressed gentleman standing there. Daniel Larson. He takes his hat off, bowing to you in thanks. And he turns and begins to walk away. Come on, girls, it's time to go now. And appearing from nothingness, you see each one of the girls standing before you. There's no words spoken from them as they regard you all, and then they turn, falling in step with Daniel as they disappear back into the nothingness, hopefully to a better place. And that's where we're going to end The Haunting of Grayfall Hollow.
Can I ask a quick question, just for my own curiosity?
Mhm.
Grayfall Hollow, is that in a landlocked state? Like, am I doing cross country to take this lady to a
You
beach?
sure are, buddy. You gotta go to California.
Hey, that's where I'm going. So if you want to go,
Well, why don't we all just go? Family vacation.
Beach
Here we
trip.
go.
Hey,
I got more men to kill.
I
Y'all
guarantee
go
you
on
there's men
without
for you
me.
to kill.
There's
over
There's
many
definitely men.
California.
There's definitely men over there.
All right, I'll go, man.
mostly men.
I
All right,
teach you how to
guys.
play poker and not lose.
All right, everyone. Outro time. Little Bones 309.
Hello, that's me. I'm Littlebones309. I play indie games, and I'm making an indie game. A series of indie games, actually. And we're starting storyboarding on my stream this Thursday. That's cool. So every other Thursday we'll be working on the game a little bit. I'm really nervous about it. Gotta learn Unity. Woo! Wishlist Wednesday, every single Wednesday, which is tomorrow. We are playing Demo Disc, which is 25 different indie games. We'll be doing that for a while. And then Saturday, we've got Slav Squad does 5e with Myriad's gonna be there. That's pretty cool. Fuck yeah. Over on Creep's channel. And then we got Sunday Fun Day this week, also with Myriad. Whoa.
I'm everywhere. I'm all
That's
up
what
in
I
your
do.
schedule.
Second time in the month that you've done that. I don't mind. I like being with you.
Mournian.
Oh yes, my name is Mournian. I am nowhere for the rest of this week, but next Friday you can catch me over on Folk and Myth for VTM Lights. Very fun little game going over there. And next Saturday I'll be back with All We've Lost on Mirage Channel. That's it.
Joel?
That's all I got.
Joel or Joseph
Joseph did.
or
boy.
Nick or TactlessRaccoon. Let me tell you, Chad, a little story.
Okay. Jay, go
Go
ahead.
Niners. That's all he had to say.
Hi, it's me, your local Mexican who also played your favorite Mexican. I'm here most of the time. I play in All We've Lost. Not this weekend, next weekend. And I guess not this game anymore, which is unfortunate because I liked it. You can find me on all social medias at TheYellowCubes. And I guess playing Aliens soon. I'm a guy. I'm gonna be doing stuff. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna be streaming. I think this Friday because I can. So stick around. I guess go follow my Twitch. That's
Go
all I
follow
got.
the Twitch. Go follow people, guys. And hi, I'm Myriad. This is my channel. If you like TTRPGs as well as variety gaming, that's what we do here. Tomorrow we'll be back here for Mass Effect Andromeda at 7 p.m. Pacific. Thursday you can catch me over on Evandale at 5:30 p.m. Pacific for Seekers of the Fall. Friday we are going to be off because there's no vampire. And then Saturday, we will not be here for All We've Lost this week, but next week we'll be back. Well, this week we are going to be over on Darling Creepshow's channel for the Feast of, I believe it's the Feast of Fear? Feast of Fiends? Slav Squad takes on 5e again. So make sure to go, if I know you guys are all following Creep. And if you're not, like, we're you don't know me like that then.
You should be.
And then Sunday, we're back here for Sunday Funday with Little Bones, which we have to discuss what game we're going to be playing. But yeah, and then we have a lot of fun things kind of coming up in the next couple of months, TTRPG related. We have an Alien game coming up, as well as another cheeky little mini series that's going to be taking place in May that I'm bringing some people in on for. But yeah, make sure to stay tuned for those. Follow if you like it, and then please make sure to go check out the SAGAS Kickstarter. We're coming up on, I believe, on the final week for it. It is a system and genre agnostic. Setting and genre agnostic system. It's such a good system. I think it's pretty suitable for any kind of game that you want to run, especially if you want to run an RP heavy game. I think a lot of the times we get bogged down by roles and everything like that. And I think that this is just a really good system to run, just if you just want to have fun with your pals. So yeah, make sure to go check the Kickstarter out and support an indie creator. And that's it from us. Everyone say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Wait, I thought now it's my stream time.